Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sev Talks Money. If you are interested in tools and tips to crush debt, build wealth, and gain financial freedom, then this is the place to be. The party happens here at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time every Sunday afternoon. And why is it a party? Because we have fun while we learn. In today's episode, we are discussing the elusive balance. For those who are working moms and are also building businesses, I would implore you to share this broadcast. If you know someone who's a working mom who's also trying to build their business, trying to balance the 9 to 5 family and building their business, I would implore you to share this broadcast with them so that they can join and be part of this discussion. I'm sure they will take away at least one thing that they can learn from today's broadcast. So in talking about the elusive balance, I have a special guest that's joining us today. And I want to share a little bit about her before I bring her into the broadcast. My guest today is Dr. Natacha Simon-Christie, and she's a mom, a certified life coach, a certified nurse, anesthetist, and I know I'm saying that word wrong, and a career empowerment strategist. And we're going to dive a little bit into all of that. But please help me welcome my guest today, Dr. Natacha Simon-Christie.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Dr. Sev, thank you so much for having me. I am super excited.
All righty. So I know we're going to have fun. We have several folks that are joining us today. We have Letitia Bryce, Beverly Harper, Kathy Coates, and Tasha Bussy. I hope I'm saying your name right. I don't want to butcher anybody's name because my name is Severin, and you can imagine how many times it's butchered, right? So welcome to the broadcast, ladies. So I want to kick it off by we're going to talk again, as I said, we're going to talk about all the different hats that you're wearing. But Beverly's saying hi, Dr. Christie.
Hello. I'm so happy to see you guys.
And Kathy's saying hi, Dr. Natacha. Yes. So I want to kick it off by asking you, when did you realize that you had the entrepreneurial bug?
Okay, so this is going to be a very uncommon answer, but I'm telling you, everyone has that entrepreneurial spirit inside of them. We are born with it. And some of us know super early, 8 or 9, what we're going to do, like we're going to take on the world. And for the rest of us, it's dormant. It just lays asleep. And then something happens in your life, a big event. Most of the times it's something traumatic. And when that event happens, you sit there and you say, no, I can't do this like this anymore. Something's got to give, because I feel like my hands are tied. I feel like I'm hopeless. I feel like I'm helpless. And I feel like I don't ever want to feel like this again.
Right.
And so probably back in 2014, and I'm going to oversimplify it. I will tell you, I am a working mom, and the nurse called me from my daughter's school and said she was sick and someone had to pick her up. And I could not leave. I was at work and I couldn't leave. No one could replace me. And I felt this feeling of failure.
Yes.
To have your child sick at school and you as the mom, me not being able to just drop everything and go. I was beside myself. I was disgusted with myself. I was such a failure in my eyes for this one thing. And I said, you know what? I have to change something. Something has to give, because I'm not going to live the rest of my life with this feeling. I'm not going to have those experiences again. So I have to do something.
Yes, yes, and we have some conversations here in the chat.
Mhm.
Kathy is saying so true, and Asian American focus. Judy's is saying, she said, yes, I knew I had to go on my own when paychecks get bouncing at the last firm I worked at. Now, and for those of you who are watching at 5 o'clock, go over to Asian American Legal Focus website. I mean YouTube. She's going to be doing her live. She's going to be answering legal questions. So go over to her YouTube at 5 once we wrap up here. And that's Asian American Legal Focus. Go watch her channel. And Letitia is waving from the Bahamas, and Asian American Legal Focus is waving from North Carolina. Yes, I can imagine the feeling not being able to go take care of your child. That's got to be a gut-wrenching feeling. But again, as you said, something triggered that, where you had to now do some introspection and say, what is it that I need to change something, and what can I change? There are certain things I can't control, but what can I control and what can I change?
Exactly, Dr. Brian. Exactly.
Yeah, and then with that, there's no typical day. Me being not a working mom so much. My daughter's 20, so, but I'm still doing the 9 to 5 while I'm building my business. But for you, you're wearing a lot more hats. So what does a typical day look like? And I know there's no typical, but as typical as you can get. And as you're explaining your typical day, kind of take us through and show us some things that you're doing to kind of balance as much as possible.
Sure. So after that happened, I had to do a couple of things. And the first thing I had to do was really pay attention to why I felt that way and why I was feeling that way and thinking I was the only one. Once I learned that there were a bunch of women in my same position, we're feeling like this too. I realized that we were all living this kind of fake model of what, womanhood, motherhood, careerhood is, because we have this idea of perfection that doesn't exist. So we're putting ourselves up all the time, trying to meet a standard that is fabricated by society that doesn't exist. So that being said, my typical day normally starts the night before. I'm super organized. And so the last thing I do before I go to sleep is I check my schedule to make sure that there isn't something on there that's super pressing that I cannot pull my way away from, that I have to be at, right? So I do that. I wake up, I'm early riser. I'm a morning person. I will always be. I'm up around 5.
I'm working on that one.
I'm up at 5. I have a morning routine. It's prayer, meditation, and light exercise. I believe in holding on to that schedule. You have to have something as you're going on through the day that you can control. And where you can control is the morning. Really, before everything else goes up in flames, you can really hone in on what your morning schedule is looking like. So that's how I start off my day. And I have a 9 to 5. So because of COVID, my kids are virtual learning. So I don't see them before I leave. I'll go to work. I will check in with them around lunchtime. And then while I'm at work, I leave work and then I come home and my home looks like everybody else's. The kids want to run through what happened through the day, right? I have to make sure that nothing out of the ordinary happened. This is normally would be in the car, you're like, okay, how was your day? Well, when you're virtually learning, it's the same thing. They just bombard you when you get inside the house. And then, we have after school activities, clubs, sports, whatever have you, dinner time, and then homework time. And then for me, I spend every day on my business in small increments. So at least an hour a day in the evening, I focus on my business. And then, of course, you turn around, the time is gone. I say goodnight to my kids. I'm married, so I try and have some meaningful conversation with my husband. And then, the whole cycle starts all over again. It's never ending.
Yes, I can attest to the time getting away from me, because I work at home 9 to 6, and then I usually just jump from one computer to the other so I can start working on my stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to bed at 9:30 tonight. Oh, I'm going to go to bed at 10. Oh, maybe I'll make it 11. And before you know it, it's 1 o'clock. And so we had some other friends joining us. Let me see if I missed anyone. Raquel saying hello from New York. Lisa saying hello from New York. And I'm not going to say your last name, Lisa, because you're going to have to tell me what it is. Lisa's going to be joining us next week, guys. We're going to be talking debt payoff and some other things. So please join us next week. Let me see who else. Yeah, and Letitia is saying, yes, harmony is better than balance. And it's so true, because something is going to fall through the crack. And so we have to learn how to harmonize our lives, how to, what to give priority to at any one time, so that the other thing, even though it's important, we know how to balance, so we take care of what we need to take care of right now, and then we'll eventually get to that other thing, whatever that other thing is.
That's right.
Asian American, Judy said, she's saying 5 a.m. impressed. I know. See, I go to bed at maybe 12, 1 o'clock. So for me, 5 a.m. is difficult because I'm a night person. So I get a lot of my stuff done at night. And, I don't know. They say it's better to do more early mornings, but I'm just not built that way. And Michelle McDermott is saying hi too. And so I am trying to get a better balance, where some days maybe I can go to bed a little earlier and get up a little bit earlier, because they have I don't know who came up with that, the early bird catches the worm. That's not true. I'm rebuking that statement.
The truth is, some of us are really morning people, and some of us aren't. And the best way for you to figure that out is to see when you're the most productive, actually getting work done, not being busy, but getting your own work done. And then you build your schedule around that. Everybody's not going to get up at 5.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. I used to get up early because I had my prayer group at 6. And so I get up early for that. But then once that group closed, I just sleep my normal time, because for me, 9, 10 o'clock, I'm hitting my stride at 9, 10 p.m. at night. So I say whatever works for us is what we need to do, and not be so locked into some societal norm, whatever society think is norm.
That's right.
And Kathy is saying here, even when the kids are grown and gone, time can get away from you. Yeah. Wow. As entrepreneurs, we do whatever it takes to grow our business. So balance is a challenge. And I think it was Letitia that said, harmony is better than balance. Instead of trying for balance, let's try for prioritize and see what it is that we can get done, how we can get it done to the best of our ability, and get that done, and no guilt, because as moms, we tend to feel guilty because we're thinking if we work on our business and we're neglecting our kids, and really they're not neglected, but we just feel like society expects us to spend maybe a certain number of hours with our kids. It's supposed to be like the Leave It to Beaver type, and the Bill Cosby type of, environment where you spend all this time and you do all the things. But, the way our lives are built, you can't be the Leave It to Beaver. You can't be the Cosbys. So you be yourself, and then you balance or manage the best way you can within the realm of what you have.
And so, that balance is really.
Yes. I mean, I think it's Elisa that said in the chat that balance is bogus. So let's talk a little bit about goals and goal setting. You, as I said before, you are. You have the 9 to 5, you have your kids, and luckily they're old enough where you don't have to be home with them doing the homeschooling, but you still have to manage that to make sure they're on task.
Absolutely.
And you're a wife, you're building your business, and all the things. So kind of help us with, how you set your goals, because me knowing you, I know you're structured.
Yes.
And you're probably a bit like me, a bit anal. And I am not ashamed to say I'm anal, and I plan my life for T. Things happen, but I plan. And so kind of help us with, setting goals, and how the setting goals and managing all the hats that you wear, and maybe throw some tips in there for a mom who may be in the chat, or who may be joining us later, who is in a similar situation and trying to figure out how to set their goal and manage the hats that they're wearing.
Okay. So first things first, take a breath.
Yeah.
Moms, you're always doing too much. It is how we have been taught that we're supposed to do all the things and everything.
Yeah.
And the truth is, we can't. And as soon as you let go of that guilt,
Yeah.
you let go of that theory, then you will have room to create the life that you're looking for.
Yes.
So when it comes to goal setting for moms, women, we do it all the time. It's literally organizing and managing. That's what entrepreneurship is. It's organizing and managing a business. Moms, you are out there organizing and managing your household. You already have what it takes to set your goals. What you need to do is just take a little bit of time and think about what life you want to create when it comes to your life and business and career, and take the time to write those things down. You write them down, right? And then you'll prioritize your list based on what you've written down. And the number one priority is the one that you're going to work on first. That's how you set goals in any aspect of your life, whether it be relationship, career, finance, health, and wellness. Write down everything that you want to accomplish in that. Prioritize it. You decide what's your number one and what's your number 10. And then you say, okay, here I have number one. I'm going to start working on number one. There's a strategy. You have to break that down. If you decide today that tomorrow you are going to be this perfect entrepreneur, you are going to fall flat on your face because your expectations haven't been managed. You don't go from 0 to 100. That's not how life works. You do little bit by little bit, day by day, and then you turn around and wow, I've made progress.
Yes. I so agree. Raquel said, agree, organizing and managing. And it's about setting, as you said, just setting the priorities and working the priorities, and don't let anybody else around you or society tell you what you're supposed to do or what you're supposed to feel about what it is that you're doing. All right. So I come to the fun part now, because as I said, we learn, but we also have fun. And I have started doing this. I've asked my guests something a little bit off the wall, so to speak. And today's fun question is, and I'm going to give you some time to consider it while we do what we call our station identification break. And today's fun question is, if you were stranded on a deserted island and had all of your basic needs met, food, clothes, shelter, all of that, what are 2 to 3 items you think you must have and why? And as you think about that, I am going to go to what we call our station identification break. And for those of you who are in the chat, if you are seeing a red subscribe button, that means you have not subscribed to this fun educational channel. So please go ahead and subscribe. Comment. You won't be able to comment until after the live stream is over, but please share also. Share with others so they know that every Sunday afternoon we meet here at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're talking money, because we're talking all the things about building wealth, crushing debt, and gaining financial freedom. So subscribe, share, like. You can like the video now as you're watching, and please join us here at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time every Sunday afternoon. All right, so back to our fun question. What is your answer about that?
I always have one answer. It's the Bible.
Okay.
That I'm going to need if all of my other needs are taken care of. I know I can read it again and again and again and get new insight. I love to read. I also love to learn. And it is the only book that I know that I don't completely understand.
Yeah.
I have plenty of time to dive deep and dig into everything, because everything is in there. So that's all I need.
That's just the Bible. Okay. And let me see, there's some comments in here. This is a good one. Letitia was saying, think hiking a mountain, not NASCAR. Yes. And I think that was in reference to us talking about the balancing and all of that. Yes. Thank you, Judy. She was saying that's a great graphic. I'm trying to get better at my thumbnails and all of those things. I'm not artistic at all. My daughter is, but getting a 20-year-old to do anything for you, well, that's another story. Kathy is saying, She said, I would need a good friend like my hubby, the Bible, and some lipstick. I love that, Kathy. Oh, Kathy also has a YouTube channel, so please go follow her. She does awesome recipes, and I have tried 2 of her recipes already, and they are good. And she has an awesome award-winning chili recipe that I haven't tried, but I have it saved, so that I'm going to try. She actually won an award for it, so go follow Kathy when you get a chance. All right, so we've shared several tips that a mom could use as they're building their 9-to-5, building their business, ferrying kids back and forth. And then, of course, this new thing of homeschooling in the age of COVID. Any other maybe tips that you can share with a mom that you haven't shared before?
Absolutely. So, moms, right now, before the end of the day, take one thing off your list that doesn't really have to be done by you. Mm-hmm. One thing. Decide today, be the CEO of your life, and decide today the one thing that you are going to let go of, because you're doing too much. Yeah. If you're into marketing, you're doing too much. So that's step one. That's tip number one. Before the end of this Sunday, decide for yourself what it is that you're going to let go of, because you're thinking, if it's not done by me, it's not going to be done right. If it's done by me, it's not going to be perfect. I always do it. Let go of that mindset right now. Take one thing off right now and decide, you know what? The kids are old enough to do this. My husband can do this. Oh, I don't even like doing this. So it's gone. Make that decision. That's tip number one before you do anything else. Yeah. Tip number two is be present where you are.
Yes, that's a good one.
Multitasking your brain. You're going to end up with everything looking and feeling and being mediocre. So if you're at your 9-to-5, be present at your 9-to-5.
Yes.
If you're watching your kids' soccer game, be present at the soccer game. If it's dinner with your spouse, be present, because we have this notion, as soon as the kids can walk, I'm going to be okay. As soon as the kids get to high school, I'm going to have more freedom. As soon as your whole life away. It's great to set goals, but you have to realize that we don't live our lives in decade form or even in yearly form. We live our lives day by day. So be present where you are. Because you'll look back and say, man, the kids are grown. Mm-hmm. Done. You don't have a relationship with these people that you claim were your family because you just didn't put that effort in there. You were always doing something else. So those are my 2 best tips. Take something off your plate right now and be present where you are so that you can truly enjoy the life that you're living. The end point is death.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, wow, these are just awesome gems. I mean, share this video with somebody today, because these, with a mom that who's struggling to balance, especially a single mom. Please share these gems, because with everything that's going on, we need to understand how we can balance, not listen to social media, not listen to what the world says, but how can we balance and make things work in the best way possible. And I think those 2 tips, being present wherever you are, because I'm older now, and I look back at my life and I wish I had been present in some of those moments, even with my daughter. Be present. And the other one is take something off your plate. Either quit, whatever it is, delegate it, or automate it. Delegate it, or get rid of it. All righty. Now, I know I said before we're going to kind of dive into a little bit of some of the hats you wear. And I think the mom and the anesthetist, I don't say that word wrong. It's pretty self-explanatory. But talk to us a little bit, if someone were to come to you as a career empowerment specialist and a certified life coach, and give us maybe a couple of things that they would get from you when they signed up for you for your services.
Absolutely. So here's the thing. Women are struggling to keep their career going after motherhood. So what I do, in all honesty, is I assess and then we explore together so that you can build this fulfilling career plan, that you can set these ambitious goals so that you can have that significant impact that you are looking for, not only in your life, but in your career as well. Motherhood is not the end of your career. Womanhood doesn't mean you can't have the most flawless career. We all know that. We all know that. So I help remind you, and together you design this plan and you fulfill this plan. You fulfill all the goals and dreams that you had that you've put on the shelf for whatever reason. There, insert your reason here and decide, you know what is it that I really want to do? Because this right here, my life is a one-way street. I was already enough from the day I was born. All that and the titles don't mean anything. I am somebody, whether I was married, divorced, single, whether I never become a mom or I have 10 kids, I'm already enough. All of these titles don't mean anything. So we have to figure out, and what I do is I help my clients assess, what is it that you want to do? Because you can do it. You forgot. So it's my job to remind you, you can do whatever it is that you had planned for your life. You put it on the shelf. It's time for us to remove it off that shelf and put it to paper and decide what it is that you're going to do. You know, organization, accountability, strategies, all of those things come in my one-to-one consultation. This is the heart of the business. This is the heart of how I serve. I have to. There's nothing else that I can do right now. All I can do is find my peace in helping other women figure out what their purpose is in their life and their career, and help them get rid of this guilt that society has put upon us. They have shackled us to these fabricated, unrealistic expectations as to what we are supposed to be doing with our own lives.
Yes, I have a comment here. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Aminata Jacob. She's saying, yes, awesome, Dr. Simon-Christie. I mean, what else can I say to that, folks? What else can I say to that? This is something I think that we should save and replay and really pay attention, make notes, put it on a mirror, because we've shared a lot of, Dr. Natacha has shared a lot of gems here today that I find relevant. And I know that if I do as a mom and as a 9-to-5 or trying to build my business, I know somebody out there will find it helpful also. So again, I want to remind you to go over to Asian American Legal Focus's channel after this to go attend her live, where she's going to be answering questions, legal questions, and check out Kathy Coates's YouTube also. And then I'm going to be sharing Dr. Natacha's contact information, and you can follow her here. She has a website where you can book your appointment to talk with her, NatachaSimon-Christie.com. She has a Facebook group, a Facebook page at Dr. Natacha Simon-Christie, Instagram at Dr. Natacha Simon-Christie, and Twitter, Dr. Simon-Christie, and YouTube. She also has a YouTube channel, Dr. Natacha Simon-Christie. So this flyer will be up on when you replay the broadcast. If you did not catch any of those contact and you have one of those platforms that you'd like to follow her on, you can go back and replay it and see the contact information. But Dr. Natacha, thank you so much. This has been an awesome session. And I appreciate you taking the time to share. And please, again, folks, go follow her and engage with her, so that she is going to be a blessing to you if you're a mom and you're trying to do it all. She will help you get things in priority. Thank you again. And for those of you who came in late, and our live stream is every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're seeing a red button, please subscribe, comment, share, and like, so you can be apprised of any new broadcast that's coming up. Next Sunday, we're going to be having Lisa with us, another rich friend. And Lisa, I'm not going to say your last name, Laniola. I'm going to mess that up. So I'll wait until you tell me how I say it. And we'll be joined by Lisa, and we'll have another awesome time of fun and education. So thank you. Tasha is saying awesome. And Kathy is saying she'll check out your YouTube. So thanks, everyone. And thanks, Dr. Natacha. And I will see you all next Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here. Bye.